I assume as an executive, this is kind of a nightmare. I mean, what's your reaction to this, and how did you make the decision to move to the Bahamas of all the options out there?
So, I think that we've been looking at the Bahamas for a while. They're one of the first countries to roll out any comprehensive regulation for cryptocurrencies, which we think is extremely important for the space and a really positive sign. We are regulated there by the Securities Commission and are excited to take part in that. It's also really important for us to be in a place where we can go on business trips where there isn't a quarantine. This has been something which I think has been in the works for a while and has been taking place for a while, and was not I think particularly in response to any very recent news.
China has said it is going after Chinese nationals. Anyone working for overseas cryptocurrency exchanges will be investigated according to the law. Are you at all nervous, about yourself, about your employees who've been working for FTX now for some time?
I don't think that this is as big of a change as many people are seeing it to be. That's not to say it won't have impact, and that's not to say that it isn't an update. But this is not the first time that we've heard statements that sound like this coming out of China, even this year. It's probably not even the second time. This is something that happens. It generally is a signal of a further crackdown on some part of the industry. Time will tell what that part is. I would not be surprised if it looked at peer-to-peer RMB to cryptocurrency markets, but frankly, could be looking at a lot of different angles.
So, I guess more broadly, what does this actually mean in your view for the industry? I mean, certainly this crackdown in China has been looming for a while, but we're also expecting some regulatory action in the United States, regulatory action in Europe. And if that happens, what does that mean for the industry more broadly, and where the growth and the opportunity and the promise is going to come from?
I mean, it's going to really depend on exactly what form it takes. And I think that what I'm optimistic for is that there's going to be new regulation coming out for the industry that will help to ensure that there's consumer protection, that there's transparency, that it is a industry with oversight, but that in doing so it will make it a stronger industry, and it will actually make it a place that can grow with more institutional involvement. I'm optimistic that that's where the world will end up. Obviously, there is a risk that it takes a different direction, and that instead you see regulation coming out that effectively shuts down large swaths of the sector. I think that it would surprise me if that happened in a sort of coordinated way across the globe, but it's always a possibility.
Did you have a sense this increased pressure was coming from China? Did you get any signals or anything from authorities?
I don't think we had a sense that anything was coming, today in particular. I think there are always rumblings coming out about various actions, but it's hard to know when something really specific or big is going to happen. I think we heard rumors of this, probably happening a little bit before it hit the airwaves, but I think that mostly this was not something that the industry was anticipating to happen today.
Meantime, last time you and I spoke, it was about happier news. You had brought on Steph Curry as an advisor along with Tom Brady. I got to speak to Steph Curry a couple of days later. He said he's excited about FTX and excited about the possibility of crypto to open up economic opportunities for underrepresented communities. Talk to us about your work with the two of them so far and how a celebrity endorsement like that can really make a difference.
Yeah, we've partnered on a few things. Obviously, we've had some conversations with them, taken part in some panels, had an advertisement which involved Tom Brady. But we've also been partnering with them on the charitable side and are excited to continue doing so to, be supporting the foundations that are important to all of us. And I think that, to sort of echo what Steph said, I think that, when you look at unbanked or underbanked communities, getting access to a coherent set of financial rails that they can actually use to make payments is not very easy. And I think that crypto holds a lot of promise there.